My name is Melodies, and I'm your host on this YouTube channel, and I'm excited to be here. All right, so today we're going to talk about taking ownership of your life. Let me tell you guys, for the longest time in my life, I would say up until I was the age of 23, 24, 23, especially up to around 23, I had this habit where it came so easy to me to blame other people if something went wrong before before getting introspective and trying to think, okay, what was my role in anything that happened to me? On a large scale, I've come to realize, at least in my experience, that I have so much control over what happens to me, what I accept, the experiences that I participate in, the people that I interact with, the things that I can do, the things I cannot do. It is amazing the amount of control you have in your life, especially if you're above, 18 or the legal age in your country. So here's how to take ownership for your life. The first thing, and this was, I bless the lady that introduced me to this concept. She's a teacher, she's like a coach. And she said something that my system did not like the first time I heard it. But the more I processed it and took the time, it was a game changer. And the concept is own everything that has happened to you in your past or is happening to you right now like you chose it. That's the first step. And we're told that if you're going through something, putting yourself as far away from it or distancing yourself from it as much as you can is best, that it's going to help you ascend or move up faster from that experience. And that can work sometimes. For me, what has worked is, especially when I find myself in a situation that I do not like and I cannot fix immediately. Let me give you an example. There was this time that I was in a job that I did not really like. I would get so much anxiety just, driving to work every morning, and I would just feel sick to my stomach and then feel sick for the rest of the day just in my system. I could just feel my health deteriorating just because of that job. And while I was working to secure something different and move away from that, it was impossible to quit exactly on the spot. Ideally, I would want to do that at that point in time, but that option was not available to me. So here is what I did as far as accepting that situation, like I chose it. I decided that when I was applying to this job originally, there was something I must have liked about it. There has to be, because for me to have just applied, whether it was the money, whether it was getting the experience, there was something I liked about this job. So I sat down and I wrote 3 things that I liked about that job. And in this case, it was money, that I get to wear my cute outfits. I came up with like 3 reasons. And the other was that I needed the experience on my resume. And I figured, okay, so I've gotten some experience from this job. I have saved up quite a bit, and I have enjoyed wearing my outfits, and I'm ready to move to somewhere else. But meanwhile, because sometimes searching for a job does take a while, what I did was I accepted that situation because I chose it. When you accept that at one point in time, this decision, this place I'm in looked so appealing that I chose it, I feel like it empowered me to realize I can make a different choice. I chose this once, and now I can choose something else. And did I still get anxiety going to that job? Yes. But did I feel more hopeful? I sure did. Because I knew that just like I chose this, I could choose a whole different other job. I can apply to a whole other job. And because I have the experience and I've, done the groundwork on this one, my chances of getting another job are very, looking better than before when I had this job. So that's just one example. The second way that you can take ownership of your life is evaluate where you are, who you are right now, versus where you're going and who you want to become. When you have an understanding of who you are and where you're going, it is very easy to make changes, because we do so much to deny the position we're in at that point in time. Say, for example, let me give us an example from my life. I guess when I was like at the age of 21 or 22, I had this thing where I would overhelp family members financially. And then not have enough in my savings. Now, I wasn't running behind on my bills or anything, but I wasn't achieving my saving goals. And I would just say, oh my God, I work so hard. Why is there no money in my savings? And all I do is just help people. And anyway, what I'm trying to say is, when I understood that if I continue this way, I was going to end up being also a person that needed financial help in the future. And that's not what I wanted for myself. That was something that I could prevent from happening. And understanding that this was kind of my fault. While I was doing something good, I did not have proper boundaries. I wasn't doing it within the proper, restrictions. Like, understand that I have this much to give and the rest of it has to go into my savings. I needed a structure like that, but I hadn't set that up. So understanding that I was broke because of my choices helped me close that gap between where I wanted to go and where I was. Finally, one more thing that you can do to take ownership of your life is, and this one kind of gels with the first point that I say, taking ownership of your life is understanding that you're the common denominator in everything. Okay? Everything that happens to you. Okay? Every decision that you've taken or every decision that was made for you, there is one constant. You. There is one constant. Me. Now, this is not meant to be an attack on you. Because I remember the first time somebody told me that, I was like, so it was my fault that I was born poor. Okay. It was my fault that I was, I had so much to say. But when I sat and thought in retrospect, any time that I've asked for change from other people, those around me, or from the situations around me, I noticed this, and I don't know if it's same for you guys. The change came by faster when I changed myself. Let me tell you guys. I used to have a strained relationship with my parents, okay? I mean, I still do. But it was super strained. And I came to an understanding that some of the things they do, they might not be able to change, because I feel like the older people get, the more difficult it is for them to change their little habits and just, you know what I mean. And I said, okay, I cannot fix them. And even if I ask them to change, I'm probably going to be met with pushback that I don't like, and it's probably going to worsen our situation. So I went inward and said, okay, what can I do? What can I do? Because I'm also a participant in this interaction. I'm a participant in this relationship that I have with them. And I said, okay, I can change how I interact with them. I can change the frequency with which I interact with them. I can tweak the boundaries that I have with them within, reasonable limits. And that helped the situation. They never changed. Till date, they still do the same things they used to. They still interact with me and other people the same way they used to. But I decided that, okay, I'm available for this much interaction with them. I may not be able to call them every day because that just doesn't work in this case. But I can call them within, some periods of time. And I'm not saying that that's ideal, but it works for me and it works for my needs at the moment. So all of this to say that in every single thing, even when you find yourself in a job that you don't like, a relationship that you don't like, you are the common denominator in all these things. And I'd love for you to consider the fact that, have you done everything possible, like everything possible, to change yourself? And here is why. And the first thing I know you'll probably think, just like me, possibly, is, why do I have to be the one who has to change? I love to think that if you're on this channel, you are trying to evolve to a better version of yourself. Okay? And the easiest way to get there is not even to change the universe around you. Okay? It's to change yourself. And by changing yourself, and I would hope that it's for the positive, you are improving your life consequently. And I love the sound of improving my life. I love the sound of getting better. I love the sound of I just love the idea that my life could get better than it is every single day. And that's what I want for you as well. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, or if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and maybe share it with somebody who might find this helpful. Until next time,